no joke.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are back once again for another show of Quality Comedy Time with me. I am your host, Quincy Carr. So I feel like I'm sitting a little short. Like, I feel like if I should sit on the pillow, then maybe that sits me a little bit higher. Yeah. Look, we got a great show lined up for you guys today. I cannot wait to get going. I know all last month I was interviewing my good friends in the industry that was out on the West Coast. And this month, I wanted to focus more on the DMV area, you know, like my comedy fam and peeps and brothers and sisters that's, in DC, Virginia, Maryland. So, and the interesting thing that brings all of us together is the fact that these states are getting ready to go backwards. Like, we were just out of phase 2, going into phase 3, and all these governors, North Carolina, all these surrounding states, like, they're already talking about going back. So, looks like we're gonna be doing this show for a while. I was just doing this in the interim and until we could get back out there and I could do my live show, the Quality Comedy Series again. But clearly, people are not paying attention. They are not wearing their masks. All four of y'all that ain't never been to any family reunion and you thought it was okay to come back out without your mask, get back inside. Because everybody is getting put back inside. We are back on timeout once again. So before we get the show started, before I introduce my guest for today, I need you guys to check out this clip right here.
And ladies, they do slick things. They're not like the young men that like will just jump on you. No. Old men are so much smoother with their church socks and Jordans. They're so much, they are smooth. This is what they do. They act like they go to the bathroom because they can't hold the liquor anymore. Prostate's weak, bladder's weak. They had 2 drinks, it's over. So they act like they can't find the bathroom. So they're like, oh, the bathroom's over there? You're like, yeah, it's over here. He's like, all right, excuse me, baby girl, excuse me, let me slide. Excuse me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a good friend of mine. I met her a couple years ago. She's hilarious. She's fearless. She can be heard weekly on the Dr. Gina radio chat show. When the world opens back up, she may even be in a city near you on her fake famous comedy tour that she's a part of. She was in Florida. Well, she was Florida's funniest female back in 2017, and we got her on the show today. Let's welcome Miss Gina G. Come on over here, girl.
Oh my gosh. I am doing wonderful, Quincy. First of all, okay, you think you slick. You think I wasn't going to find out or pay attention because I pay attention, okay? So right. We already know that you have your own theme song, okay? Because I paid attention to that. At the live show, people, Quincy has his own theme song. Do you understand me? Okay, I'm going to get you stuck up. They said you ain't real unless you got your own theme song. And Quincy is real. But now I see the cue being like a little muffler. Is that what you call those things on cars?
Yeah,
like,
look,
and it's like, and I am just so inspired. I'm so inspired. I am.
Branding, okay? That's all it is.
I love it. You are the bomb.
My last name is Carr, and so why not put a car sound on the cue driving in, huh?
Come on now, you're putting 2 and 2. 2 and 2.
Gina, well, I'm glad to finally have you on the show. I know I had you on my live show, the Quality Comedy Series. You came down and you crushed it. But just off the top, I met you in 2017 after I had Courtney Black. You know who Courtney Black is, right?
Yes, I do. I love Courtney Black.
Yeah, very, very funny. I think she's originally out of either Baltimore or DC, but she she lives in LA, and she's also on the J. Anthony Brown radio show. So she recommended that I book you, and I'm like, yeah, I don't just be booking people I don't know, but I'm one of those individuals that trust when other people say something until their trust has been ruined. So I was like, she came down here and did her thing. If she's recommended, because women, y'all don't have a lot of women who support other women, right?
No, and we are not recommending. That is very rare. So thank you, Courtney, because it is very rare for another female comedian to mention another female comedian. So that's nothing but love right there off the top.
Yeah. She told me to reach out to you and said that you would definitely do a bang up job, that you were down in Florida. But you know what? Before we even get into that, we've been on quarantine here in Virginia. That's where you live now, since like the later part of March. So any
March
funny
12th.
stories, any funny things that has happened that you can't wait to talk about on stage, Gina?
Well, you know what, Quincy? I haven't been anywhere. Okay. I haven't seen a lot of people. Okay.
You're
Like
in your
I go outside. I go out. First, that's number one. I am in my closet. So that should tell you already that
right.
I don't have nowhere else to go. Because when I'm in here, I'm somebody else. Okay.
Yeah.
The Sasha Fierce comes out in this closet. I'm just let y'all know right now. But anyways, I ain't seen no people. So just looking at you right now, I'm just like, thank you, Lord, there's people outside. But I mean, I'm just like, I'm cooking, I'm eating, I'm working out, I'm doing all this crazy stuff, and being married, ladies. I am totally tired. I don't know if you ladies are tired. I am tired. Okay.
Tired of what? Like tired of doing things?
I am tired of doing and doing everything. I am tired of everything. Okay. I'm tired of my hair having to go in this motion. I'm tired of I'm tired. Okay. All these single women out here are complaining about not having a man. Look, you can have this one because I'm gonna tap out. I'm tired. Let's tap me, and someone else come in and let me sit down. Okay.
Hey, look, I can't speak on that. I look at it like this, okay? And get your hand off your head, okay? Because your husband.
I'm just saying.
Okay? Like you're really showing how frustrated you are right now. Look, so I mean, like the one thing that I know I said for married couples, right? We went from seeing our spouses maybe 6-7 hours a day to 24 straight.
Come on.
You really had to test your level of understanding and fondness. That's a pretty interesting word, fondness, because
and fondness.
Can say I love, but you got to be fond of that person, right?
You definitely have to like them. Okay, you definitely have to feel some type of something. Okay, because if not, I'd be out here just risking the Rona. To find somewhere. If I didn't like them, I'd be out here with my little suitcase and my little peanut butter jelly sandwich, looking for somebody to save me because you are stuck.
That's the thing about the single folks. Now, just imagine, because maybe that's why cases are spiking. Because single people is like, you married people, y'all got each other, but we going out here and we gonna find somebody and we gonna do whatever. So
I think that's what's happening.
Spiking because of them. That's all I got.
I agree. I agree. In 9 months, it's gonna be some coronarinas and some COVID AIDS. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna try to name their baby Rona a COVID or 19 or something in 9 months. I feel it.
Out of wedlock people. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, you know what? I just thought about something. I don't know how clearly you can hear me, but I'm gonna go ahead and put on my earbuds just to cut out. Hope.
And you see, that's what they say, ladies. That's what they say, ladies. That's how the husbands ignore you. This is how husbands ignore you. They talk about, let me just put my little earpiece in so I can hear my little video that I'm listening to on YouTube very clear. Yeah, they not listening to us, ladies. When they put these in, that's it. You can talk. You talking to the wall, baby.
And that is all facts. That is all facts. But it's not on purpose, I'm about to call you Courtney. It's not on purpose, Gina. It is all out of love. The reason I'm about to call you Courtney, because just getting back to your relationship with someone like Courtney, and then the thing that ties you and Courtney together and J. Anthony Brown is you started comedy at the J Spot, right? So talk to the viewers about how crazy this started out, because you was a waitress, right?
I was a waitress. No intention of being a stand-up comedian. I was supposed to be the next Keisha Cole / Beyonce / everybody else. It's one of them dolls. It's Cash doll or China doll, all the dolls. That's what my dream was. And, one night it was just really slow at the J Spot, and it was Angela Gaines. I don't know if you know Angela Gaines. She's out of California as well.
Yes.
She was the host that night. And she was like, it's slow in here. Let's get some of the staff up here to tell some jokes. So the bartender went up there. One of the cooks went up there, and they was like, Gina, you come up here. And I was like, okay. So I impersonated G Thang, who was a regular at the J Spot. King Kedar. I forgot who else. I think it was
Oh my
Scruncho was
gosh.
the other one. You know King
King?
Kedar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he looked like what's the
Like
brother
a
name?
skinny Candyman or somebody.
No, because he rocked the mohawk the last time that I saw him in 2013. What is the brother name that's got the accent that all the ladies go crazy for? Dark skinned brother?
Not Idris Elba. I know you ain't trying to say he look like Idris Elba.
Yes.
No, he don't.
Just like Idris Elba with the mohawk, and because I thought it was him on the fly.
Ladies, don't listen to Quincy. Quincy has apparently been in the house too long watching some movies. Because I don't know nobody that looks like or reminds me of Idris Elba, and I'm stuck up in this house. No, ma'am, don't listen to Quincy. So anyway, we gonna move on. No, because you, Quincy, no.
I'm sorry.
I said Candyman. Okay, I said Candyman. You said Idris Elba. I'm like, oh, Candyman? Oh no, not him. Okay, not Idris, but whatever.
Continue on,
okay, we go. Yeah, the quarantine's getting to Quincy, y'all. Okay, so I went up there, impersonated them, and Angel was like, "Oh my God, you're so funny." The 8 people that was there, they laughed. So they were like, "We're gonna tell Jay," and I was like, "Jay Anthony Brown only care about these chicken wings getting delivered, this gratuity. He is not worried about nobody trying to be no comedian." So the next thing I know, it was a Wednesday night because Jay Anthony Brown, he used to host it on his own on Wednesdays. So I'm delivering martinis. I will never forget. I was delivering martinis, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I heard. I got a waitress in here that thinks she's funny or whatever." And I'm like, I'm trying to not spill these martinis. Okay, I'm looking at these martinis like, please don't spill, please don't spill. And I'm like, oh my, please don't be called. Is he calling me? Oh my God, he called me up there. I turned my apron around, and I was like, all right, time to clock in my second job. And everybody started laughing, and I was like, oh my God, I like this. So from there, I was just, he used to call me up every so often. Courtney would be there all the time. I mean, I used to just get so much love from the comedians because I was the waitress girl. I used to give them free soda when Jay wasn't looking. I used to give them liquor. I used to give them extra chicken wings in their little plate.
Oh, you were that employee.
I was that employee. Okay, Jay, I was. The comedians was hungry and broke. Now, they didn't have no money, and it was like a 2-drink minimum. I had to slide them something. So I just got a lot of love, man. And from there, I quit the J Spot and did comedy.
I mean,
comedy.
You know what's crazy? Like, I graduated high school in 94, right? And you graduated in 99, right? Dang,
Quincy.
Right. Okay. So you didn't have to go there, Gina. Look, you graduated. You graduated in 99, right?
Yeah.
So that's actually when I started my comedy career in 99. But
wow.
But when you look back at it, are you doing exactly what you thought you would be doing? I know that you said you wasn't thinking about doing comedy, but are you doing in your life like fulfillment exactly what you thought? Because if you think about it, 2020 is not a good year. Well, it's not. It's a memorable year for those who are graduating.
It's not the funnest year.
Right.
Yeah.
But for those that are graduating and they're thinking 20 years from now, they'll look back on what they thought life was going to be. How do you look at 20 years ago?
First of all, take me back. Okay. Can I start with take me back? Can I start with clicking some heels in this closet? Can I click these heels 3 times and go back? I would love to go back. And you know what? I don't know if I would do, I don't know. I would make different choices. I would not, I don't have regrets, but I think now thinking about it when I was like, well, I should have just did that then. You know what I mean? Instead of thinking I had so much time, because you really don't have time. You wake up and you're almost 40, you wake up like, what the heck? Wait a minute. I was just learning how to drive. I was just going to the club. I was just doing all these things. And so I think I would have done a few things earlier. So not to say that I regret anything. It's just like, I should have got it done, basically. But I procrastinate, but I should have got it done. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still living how I thought I would be living because I'm free. I don't have to work, free-ish. Okay, hello, let's Juneteenth. I just want to throw that out there real quick. Okay, no, I'm saying, but I mean, I don't work for anyone. I work for myself. I had to throw that in there. I work for myself. You know, I get to make people laugh. I get to entertain. I got a few followers. I mean, you know, it's like, wow, I really am doing kind of what I thought I'd be doing, just in a different way. That's
I got
all.
you.
You know.
Yeah, especially in this day and age, and so like the first clip that we played before we introduced you to the show, that was a clip actually of you winning a competition in Florida, right? And it was the funniest female, right?
Yeah. Florida's funniest female. Comic Cure. Benjamin is his name. He put it together. There was about 50 comedians, 50 women. And man, it was tough. And you only had like 3 minutes or something like that. 5 to 3 minutes, like 3 minutes. So I was like trying to rush it. I was trying to get everything out. It was like, I was just like, oh my God, I was a nervous wreck. I had just moved to Florida not too long ago. So it was like I had something to prove. And I mean, I went on and it just so happened I have a joke about a Bluetooth, you know, older guys wearing Bluetooths in the club, you know what I'm saying? And there happened to be a guy in the front row with a Bluetooth. So his wife was pointing at him. So, and like the people next to him, I guess, was his family. So they're all pointing at him. And I happened to look at him like, oh my God. And from there, it was just like, I was like, oh, I mean, I got this. I had to have had it because it didn't happen to nobody else. It was just perfect timing. So it was super dope. My friend Brody Love was with me. And I have I have a clip of me accepting my check because I did win some dollars. Nice. And he is screaming like my homegirl. Somebody was like, what lady is that? I said, that's not a lady. That's my friend. That's my comedian brother, Brody Love. Yeah. So when you have comedian family, you know, like you, Quincy, like Skeeter, like Derek, like Angus, like there's so many other guys. That's the DMV area that show love like that when they really support one another. You know, it never goes wrong. Ladies, we a little different. But when the fellas come and support you, they come out and they really, really support you. So shout out to Brody Love real quick because he was screaming. Like he was screaming like, ah!
Well, that may have been another problem for Brody. Like you should be screaming that high. I'm sorry. No, shout out to Brody for supporting. But that's interesting because it actually brings me to this question. Like, do you find it more difficult to operate with your female compadres in the business versus your male compadres? And the reason why I say that is because like I've worked with some more, right? And a few weeks ago, me and Barry Brewer were talking about our experiences with her, but we both kind of had similar things for preparation. But the thing I think that separates her from a lot of other female comics and females like her is she doesn't just tell the typical, and I'm not trying to walk on eggshells here, but she doesn't just tell the typical female type of jokes where relationship is this and you know, and this is what my body part is. You know what I mean? You don't tend to do that. And there's nothing wrong with females that do that, but I'm saying there's a certain, you know, line that everybody tries to walk to stay in a certain lane to try to get to the same place somebody has already been. You don't do that. And you tend to have a more broad range, just like that bit. I mean, you were talking about how a dude act in the club, but you were acting like the dude. So it wasn't just you just talking about how men do women wrong, and then you got your purse on your shoulder. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I try my hardest to stay away. Like I'm not really like, I'm a weirdo, you know what I'm saying? I'm a comedian, I'm personable, but I'm really like a loner, you know what I mean? So I really don't like people all in my business, you know, and I don't really like when people talk about certain things because I'm like, oh my God, okay, no, don't, why are you talking about that? Stop. Now I'm nervous, you know what I mean? So I just know how I feel when it happens to me. So I just don't want to be that to someone else, you know what I mean? For me, Absolutely. I want to be your home girl. I want to be the girl that you was like, but they end up liking at the end of the school year. Like, I want to be that girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the girl that people are going to for certain advice. That's go ask her because I'm not about to tell you nothing. So do your own tricks and trades. I don't know. But so yeah, that's just how I feel about that. But female comedians, like now it's so strange. I know this may sound crazy, but now that we are on quarantine, I get more love from female comedians than when we were out in the real world.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like now we gotta stick together because ain't nobody gonna see how cute you are because you just in front of your phone. Like I don't know. I don't know if it's like, oh, good, because you can't wear them jeans, them high-waisted jeans with them cute little shoes. I don't know what it is that we could just see each other like this.
Hold up. And shout out to Morris. I think his comment was just up on the screen. He said, Gina was so funny and cool when we went to see her in Jacksonville. Yeah, because they're from here. As a matter of fact, her wife or his wife is my stylist. So they went down to Orlando. Yep. And they came
I remember when they came.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just cool to see that, you know, like there's love, but there's also respect amongst everybody. But continue on.
Yeah, and I definitely appreciate that because that was like a little soul food room that we had a big I don't know what that was in the middle. You couldn't see nothing. And Quincy came and killed his kid.
Put that shark in the ceiling though.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. Come on, we try to make it happen with whatever we had, y'all. We had this shark. Quincy came through, sink or swim. And if you sank, that shark was coming for your butt. It was done. And the crowd was like, what was the crowd was like, save them or save yourself. Save yourself.
Right, save yourself, right.
When I tell you that was so fun. It was so fun.
Gina,
Quincy, you killed it.
Gina, look. I had one reason to kill it. Number one, I was vacationing when I went with a bunch of real people that we chill with. And these are the type of people that will go in on you. And vacationing in the same house, these people, if I would have ate it on that night, we still have 5 days left in the vacation.
Oh yeah, no, you wouldn't have made it. You wouldn't have made it through. You wouldn't have made it through.
So we pull up, and for those of you that don't know, like Gina said, it was a small kind of little soul food type of restaurant. And they had a DJ. I remember the DJ had me dying because that brother there, like he controlled. He controlled the shark. Okay, instead of booing comics, what y'all did was the sink or swim theme, where if you said a joke and the joke didn't hit and the crowd just kind of sat there, that was the first sign, and the first sign was all right, and so you would hear that psychologically as a comic. Because ain't nobody laughing. So then you nervously move into the next joke that you think a hit, and it don't hit again. And it's like, and then you start looking, and there's a little floating shark that they had on a string that would come down so the audience wouldn't boo, but then they start laughing. Then when you think that yes, you think when they laughing at you, they are laughing at this shark that's getting ready to come down and interrupt your presence on stage. I'm telling you, it was probably one of the most creative things that I had seen, but it was one of the most demoralizing. So you remember what I said? I got on that stage and I said, look, I don't care what it is, I better not see that shark. so I performed.
He sure did.
Nervousness.
He sure did. No, actually, he scared everybody. That's what he intended to do. That basically, if you shark me, it's gonna be a problem.
Right.
So I don't want to see that shark.
Right. And little do people know I can't fight. So we were in one of the bad parts of Orlando. Look, I'm telling you, I'm bougie. We was downtown. Look. All of us said the same thing. We said, look, Quincy, we want to support you, but things don't look so nice around here. So I said, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? It's my girl Gina. She invited me since I'm down here. I want to come do the spot.
Oh my God,
just because Gina, look, I'll tell you this. When you perform somewhere, it is like, as a comic, you have to get to a point where you're not just doing your comedy in front of people where you live. You got to know if your stuff is really funny outside of where you live. So every time I get a chance, if I go to a different city and if I say, I don't care if it's an open mic, it don't matter. I try to get on just to see if my stuff works.
It works,
for everybody. And
Yeah.
and that's what that did for me there in
It was
Orlando a few
great.
years ago.
It
Yeah.
was so great. It was so great, y'all. He did not get the shark. He kept looking though. He kept telling his jokes, and he kept. I noticed him though, talking about something, and they was getting ready to close, and the Chinese food. He was like, "This shark better not come down here."
Yeah, this shark better not come down. You know what? And the DJ was pulling triple duty because this brother had a DJ. Then he had to pay attention to if you wasn't getting the reception from the audience to press the da-da. And then he had to manually do the stream, right? And here's the craziest part, Gina. When the shark did come out to get a comic off stage and the comic got to leave, the DJ had to leave his booth, walk down there, and reel it back up while you came back on the stage to host and kill some time.
You know what?
I said
he should have got paid. He should have got paid. Yeah, he should have got paid. Yeah, they should have gave him my check. They should have just gave him my check.
That's about as black.
They should have gave him my check
of a venue. Hey, what's going on? Nate KG. He said, "What's good, my homegirl and my guy? What's going on, bro?"
What up, nerd?
Yeah, another one of our local area comedy brothers. That and he's been on your show, as a matter of fact. Before we go into like a little break here, two things. Is it easier for you, because I know that you can perform on both like a regular stage with profanity where there's no filter, but you can also perform on stages where even it's a church or like my show where there's you can say the same thing, you just can't curse. Which one do you prefer?
You know what? I don't even know. It's so strange. I can't say that I prefer either one, because I think what gets me is the host. I kind of go off of the host for some strange reason. So if the host comes on and he's just like, bah, 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 and da, 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 it seems like when I go up, I'm like, yeah, and da, 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 da. I'm like, where did I get? I did not want to say the N-word this many times tonight. Where did I get this? I didn't plan this. Why, Lord? So I think it has a lot to do with that. But when I look back, when I record things, or I record it, vocal record, and I listen to it, I'm like, like, come on, Gina, dang. So I don't know. I'm trying to work on, not so much profanity, but I'm grown. You know what I mean? So I curse in my everyday life. I curse the sun out, not like bad. I do him like rated PG-13 cuss outs. You know what I'm saying? Not like rated R cuss outs. I give him like PG-13 cuss out. Don't you call people on me? I said PG-13. PG-13, which means it's like the A, and then I might say ass. I might say ass. Hang on the phone, Quincy. That's why the short. That's all right. You see who coming.
No.
You see who coming.
Please don't
you see, okay. All right, cool.
So, like from there, you also became a part of a comedy tour called the Fake Famous Comedy Tour. Now talk about how this kind of came into, or how this manifested, but what's the Fake Famous part about? Because I think that's a pretty interesting title.
Okay. Well, Barry S. Naylor, and please say the S. Barry S. Naylor. He's Mr. Fake Famous. So this was all his idea. It was supposed to just be a show, and it turned in from one show to like mini shows, and we were getting booked for places. So I mean, it was just so fun. To be the only female, of course, like pretty much all the time how it goes. There's only one female. But I mean, I was killing all of them. They tried, but people can't even see me though. People can't even see me on the Fake Famous. I'm just saying. But it was all his idea. He's just a good friend of mine. That's my brother, man. And I said, you got something going on, I'll be a part of it. So that's his thing. But it was so fun. I mean, we've done Jacksonville, North Carolina. Oh my gosh, you guys. Tallahassee. We've been a couple of places, like a little chicken circuit. That's what they call it. Yeah. Little chicken circuit. Orlando. Chitlin. But we had really nice big chitlin. What I say, Lord? What I say, chicken? I'm sorry.
A little hungry?
I don't mess with chitlins. I only had one chit in my whole life, and it took me 20 minutes to chew that one little chit. So I will never. Chitlins is just so forgive me. No, chicken circuit. Chitlin circuit. Oh man. Oh, but what she say on Boomerang? If you clean the membrane, it won't smell that bad.
Yeah, look. Nate said we killed the fake famous show in Jacksonville last October, and I know,
Oh man.
I know that y'all had one show in February of this year, and that was the last show, right? And like
Yeah,
one
and I didn't
show.
even get to that show. That was a show they had in Georgia. I didn't even get to do that show because I was doing the Grown and Sexy cruise that they
Mhm.
do formed. It's a crazy story. I will never forget that. I will never forget that at all. We were supposed to perform the second day. I was so ready. I bought 500 towels to sell as my merch. They
Yeah,
announced that they're not going to do the comedy show to the last day. So nobody knew me. Like I couldn't sell any. Like no, I'm up to people talking about buy this with my name on it. They like, who are you? So
right.
it was just like, but it was 4,000 people. I got a standing ovation.
Good.
Like it was. Oh my God, I'll never forget. But I didn't know how close we was to the Rona though. I didn't know
Yeah.
we was like I was on borderline death row. If you
And
think about
chances
it.
are you had it.
Yeah, chances are I think I might have had somebody coughed on me on the cruise ship, and I didn't even think nothing of it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, but I didn't get to do the last fake famous show, but the one that Nate was on was crazy. I did all right on that one for some strange reason. You know what it is when I dress too, and this may sound crazy, when I dress too cute or when
Yeah.
I do put too much in thought into what I'm wearing, I
Yeah.
never do as well as I think I'm gonna do. And I
It's a
don't know
known
why
fact.
that is.
It's a
It's
known fact
right.
because the prettier you are, and I tell female comics this all the time, especially if they're starting out. I tell them, I say, look, this ain't me hitting on you. This is just me being real. First of all, it's a male dominated industry. That's just off the top. So
Yeah.
let's not let's not fake it. Okay. You could be funny as all get out. But
Right.
if you're pretty and if you're appealing, no one is paying to how funny,
Paying
nobody's
attention.
paying attention to how funny you are. So
Yeah.
it's not that you have to dumb yourself down or dress yourself down. You just got to have material while you are looking pretty on stage that
Yeah.
doesn't refer to the appearance that they're seeing.
Appearance of you.
Yeah, because what a lot of comedians will do is they'll get on there and they looking good. They know they're looking good.
I
The
done seen
females in the
bodysuits.
audience know they looking good. Men are
Oh
looking at
God.
them. Who's paying attention to you? And then
Nobody, because she wore
you
Fashion Nova.
right. So I mean I try to get that advice to female comics all the time. No disrespect to female comics that don't have that appeal factor, so they don't have to worry about that. But
Yeah.
the ones that do have that, you are probably right. The more you dress and you allow yourself, and
Yeah.
you want to feel good on stage, right? Like you don't want to go up there.
I mean, dang, can I just wear the little one time I finally didn't eat nothing and my stomach is a little low. I
Yeah,
felt like I wear a little half top, but I know now. I'm just saying I didn't eat that whole day. I didn't eat. I was like, let me not eat so that I can wear this top. Okay.
stomach
I'll
was
eat
tripping
later.
because it was
And
hungry.
it was what? It's probably what was wrong with me. I was up there shaking. But but you're right. When I just throw on jeans and a shirt and some heels and go, I'm good to go. But whenever I try, Lord, every time I try, as I put on the eyelashes, I said, what's going on? They really want me with these little 8th grade eyelashes that I got
Yeah,
right now during quarantine. They want to see the 8th grades. They don't want to see the stuff. So, it is what it is. But Nate did do his thing, though. Nate did his thing that night in
shucks.
Jacksonville. I mean, he was all right.
So yeah, I mean the dude was okay. I mean this dude recently was on HGTV because he had bought a house and they actually did a story on his house, and I'm like, this brother done make. And I remember he called me too. He probably
Ooh.
laughing. He said, "Hey Quincy, man, look, I'm I got HGTV. The producers, they see I'm house hunting, so they want to come. I was gonna get you, but then I was thinking, there may be way too many comedians, and I'm like." You didn't want a brother to shine. Cause I would have been up in there like, yeah, man, look, I would have been all up in the camera. Yeah, man. So it would have been like, Quincy, come on, man. This is not about you.
This is not how, this is not, it's the house, sir.
It's about
It's the
Nate's
home,
house.
okay? It's got good bones. It's got good structure. Well, I'm glad they
Yeah.
didn't ask me because we can't go apartment hunting because that's all that I'm doing right now.
Be like, yeah.
Okay.
can't have it. Yeah, see, Nate is laughing.
No.
Look, Gina, before we continue this interview, we definitely got another halfway point to go to or to
Okay.
go through. I'm gonna drop you backstage and shout out my
Okay.
sponsors, and when we come back, we're gonna get a little hot and heavy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you again. Look, number one, click share, bring some other people in because this is obviously some good, funny conversation, some good conversation, and we're about to get a little bit deep here in the second half. But also, don't forget, you got to be paying attention to the whole show to qualify for the quarantine cash, which is going to come via one of my trivia questions that I'm going to ask that maybe have already been answered earlier in the segment. So you guys stay tuned to that, but just hit share, just click share, and also shout out where you guys are watching from too. If you're watching from Florida, if you're watching from Virginia, North Carolina, it don't matter. Just shout it out, and I'll make sure I shout you guys out because I certainly appreciate y'all tuning in. And Gina, if you get a chance, because I know that you're in the back screen, I'm not sure if you were able to share the actual broadcast versus sharing the flyer, but you can go to my page, just the Quincy Carr page, and click on the broadcast. It's the first one that you'll see. So if you want to click that now while you're in the backstage, and that'd be cool. So let me shout out my sponsors. Well, first of all, look, I don't know if y'all can see this shirt here. I strive to be perfect, but end up being human. What's going on? Is that Godfrey or Jeffrey Coleman? You're in Suffolk. Thanks for tuning in, homie. But this is one of my top sellers. I'm all about positivity on every show I perform on in the audience I'm in front of. I just want to let folks know, look, we are human. We all make mistakes. Hey, what's going on, Tiana Cheney? What's good? You're in Suffolk tuning in. Letitia, hey, you won last week. You trying to win again, Letitia George, huh? Yeah, trying to get that extra money. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in supporting me and what I do, you get a great shirt with a great message. And just for saying that you're interested in the shirt, all you got to do is put it in the comments. And after this live, I will reach out to you to get you some details on how to order. But you get a wristband as well. And the wristband has the same message that the shirt has. I strive to be perfect, but end up being human. Okay, so you guys can definitely reach out. What's going on, Sandra Fenner? You're tuning in from Virginia Beach. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. And another big thing, real huge here. Okay, my comedy special, Too Young for 40. I got a streaming partnership that was made with tgxlive.com. This weekly show also streams on their platform as well, but they are a dope platform that's for all types of artists, music, as well as comedians. And they took a jump and took a risk on me, and they've invested some money in me, but they're going to launch my comedy special as a pay-per-view event, and it's only $4.99. Just that simple to go to their website. Got the website here, tgxlive.com/Quincy, and just click to pre-order. Okay, whether you plan to watch it or not, it's $4.99. It allows you to stream and watch it repeatedly for 48 hours. But I just want to show them, all my peeps that I said I have good support from, y'all go and you click and you get your pre-orders, and so we can have the same. But it's set to launch on Friday, July the 24th. Friday, July the 24th, okay? And it's going to be launching, and so we've got sponsors that's helping us out and all that. So I just want you guys to pay attention to that and definitely support. What's up, Morris Smith? You're coming in for Western Branch. All right, so let's continue. Let's finish this interview up strong like we always do. Let's bring Gina back in here. Gina G, look.
Yeah.
Were you able to see the broadcast link I was telling you about?
Yep, I clicked it quick too. I was like, "Oh Lord,
okay.
Go.
Cool. So now people on your page can tune in because they'll see you talking. Mm-hmm. So this is what I always like to do with comedians on here is, I'm sorry that we're freezing up too. It must be some bandwidth issues, but I always like to do a quick fire round of questions. So these are really easy questions for you to answer, but you got one choice or the other. Okay. So answer it the way you like. All right. So the first quick round question is a man who sags his pants or rocks high waters. Which one do you prefer?
Oh man. Okay. Which one I prefer? You know what? I actually probably would prefer the high waters because he probably got more sense. Because all the dudes that I know that sag their pants ain't got no dang on sense. So I'm looking at it in another way.
Okay.
My man, I could just take out the seam at the bottom, some longer, buy him some Timberlands, the high tops, and he gonna be good. But he got some sense. He got more sense than the dude sagging.
Got you. Okay,
high
so
waters.
you prefer the hot waters, the Steve Urkel edition. Okay, I got
I'll
you.
help him.
I said I help him. All right. So, quick fire question number 2. Tissue rolls. Do you prefer the over or under? That's a huge argument in a lot of houses.
Okay, so I prefer it to go this way. I don't. Which one is it? Over.
Over where you
My
can
flap is
pull it
over.
from the top. Right.
Yeah, come on, like lottery tickets, like how you can pull them down when you buy your scratch off. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I need scratch off toilet paper. Yeah.
Look,
Don't you do the other way.
Yeah, I done been to some people's houses, and as soon as I sit down, and first of all, it's wrong. I should not be painting the porcelain at somebody else's house. Let me just say that off the top. Okay,
Right.
I shouldn't be painting the porcelain at somebody else's house. However, if I do, and I'm looking for that tissue, and I hit the roll, and that thing slaps this way instead of just coming down, yeah, there's a problem. Okay, people.
There's something wrong. Yeah, something wrong with him.
Okay.
Come on, one more time.
Over.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Got it.
So you prefer yours over rather than under.
I got to have it. I got to have it over. I got the lottery ticket.
So I got to have it. All right. So the final one, and this is a real important one, Gina, and I need you to be completely honest. All right. You got an option to slap some sense into somebody. Who deserves it more? A crazy family member or a fellow comedian who don't have his or her stuff together?
Oh, that's easy, man. I'll slap a fellow comedian. I'm easy. I'm slapping the taste out of some of y'all mouth. You understand me? I'm slapping the taste of Lawrence, Obey, slap your mama. I'm slapping all that about your face because some of y'all are doing too much. Okay, some of y'all be out here doing too much. And if I see one more mic stand, if I see one more mic stand, I'm gonna give you this hand. Look, this is a hand I'm gonna slap you with. If I see one more mic stand in the living room, if I catch one more, I'm popping your butt. Get out the living room.
Gina, they trying to get it in. They trying to
get
it in.
They better get out that living room.
Come on,
get out of there.
Look,
you better be creative. Use your creative source. Don't you come in live from the living room me. Don't you do that.
But that's all they got, Gina. So if they can't go nowhere, then they got to put a mic. The fact that they got a microphone stand lets me know that they about their business. Just in case they got to pop up comedy anywhere. They still gonna get the hand?
You still gonna get the hand because you need to use your creativity. Do you understand me? And you're stealing jokes, and you're stealing jokes, and people stealing your jokes. Ooh. So stop.
Ooh. Whoa.
Because you're in your living room. Live. Everybody can see.
Shots fired. Somebody out there stealing joke. I repeat, shots fired.
Yeah.
Officer Barry. I repeat. Whoa. They out there stealing jokes.
As soon as they see you in your living room, they like this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What?
Hold up. Did you just lick the you licked the
Hold on. What he say? He said, okay. Oh, that's funny. Okay, go ahead. Get out the living room.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you giving us your honest opinion on these quick fire questions. There's a new one for every guest that I have. But that was pretty interesting because personally, I would slap a family member. I would definitely slap a family member. Okay. You know what? I can't change nothing about a comic. I mean, like some of the comics we cool and everything, but a family member, you the same one that's telling me that you need some help financially. Yet I'm seeing you have fun with the finances that you owe back to me. You get a slap. Bah! I'm slapping everybody in a family.
Both ways. You went both ways. You went
bah! Bah! Right across the face. Yeah. Now, I mean, obviously, that's a little bit violent, and we can be, kind of lighthearted on that part of the violence. But as comics,
Yeah.
There's nothing lighthearted about understanding how to navigate through these crazy times right now, right? I mean, Dave Chappelle, the brilliant comic, the genius that he is, that was so necessary to see his 27-minute special. But you know, like I've seen your posts, like especially everybody's on what happened to Will and Jada Smith, right? But everything is just a distraction. And what's really happening is you are very boisterous about Breonna Taylor's killers not being prosecuted or
they ain't done nothing. There's still 2 that they haven't even arrested. It just hurts my heart, man, because us as a people, we gotta stay focused. And we take something so small that takes our attention away. Like Will and Jade, like who even cares? I don't care, because that's no business. What's good for them is not good for me. That's your wife. I mean, I didn't even know that was gonna be that news. I just thought it was gonna be the little boy was on that stuff he told, and that because if you ask me, I would have went and sat at no table. I don't care if it was red, black, green, yellow. The only table I'm trying to get in front of some senates to tell them that they need to do some changing up and through him, because we are tired. I'm so tired. And like for a whole month, we just kept getting hit, like just bam, bam, one death after a death, and after another beat down, and they even pushed the old white man. Like we were like, now y'all can't be pushing the old white man. If y'all push the old white man down, then there's something going on out here in these streets. You don't push white people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just real adamant about staying focused, you guys. Like the work is not done. We can't do nothing for one because quarantine. So they're not trying to have any court hearings. They giving all kind of excuses right now, you guys. They taking away Ain't Your Mama. They taking the name off the Redskins. Did you hear that they getting ready to sing the Black National Anthem before the game? We don't even know it. So trying to get all this stuff that we didn't ask for and prosecute these people that keep killing innocent people. Breonna Taylor was asleep.
Yeah.
She was not in the mix. She was not out in the club, in the park. She was not drunk driving. She was asleep. Her and her mans. Yeah. And to be a young girl and have your life together like that, and you got a good man and he's protected, you don't think nothing like that is going to happen to you.
Right.
So wrong is wrong. Race. No, you can't see what's going on. It's something wrong with you. And you look, there to be slapped. So we're going to slap you. I'm going to slap because I'm slapping folks around here. We got to stay focused, you guys. We have to stay focused. And Breonna Taylor's killers need to be brought to justice. They need to be prosecuted just as well as George Floyd, just as well. Ahmaud Rashid. I mean, I can't even.
Yeah, it's for me, I did a live video, I think last week, and I didn't even think that it would garner the attention that it did get from the responses and just from the views on it. But because I know it was a 35-minute long live, but I just had so much weight on my heart and on my shoulders about coming from both ends, black and white, and it was like, just understand, people, like we come from a different, like we all come from different backgrounds, but I think the overall tone that we all need to understand, including black folks, is empathy. Empathy.
Come on.
There's a lot of us who make it, and we have other black folks that can't avoid getting pulled over or getting harassed or getting brought up on charges for stuff like they just have a bad luck with everything, bills and all types of, and we, the ones who have found a way out and have made it, we look down and be like, hey, I don't know what your problem is, I made it, so let me just keep mine and not pass by. That's why I have this huge hole that I don't think will ever be filled, and I get it from my mom about always reaching back. You all know here in this area, I'm always thinking about pulling people up. It's not just about my resource or my access. So I think that's where we're missing a lot on our end, and then our white brothers and sisters just to have them understand, it's nothing wrong with understanding that you do have a privilege that is a natural birthright. However,
Right.
you acknowledge it through empathy. Like, it was a person that put a comment about the Redskins mascot name change, and this lady, amongst these other negative comments about this is messed up, and somebody fell to the liberals and all. And I don't care about all that. But this lady is a white lady, and all she said was, "Well, I mean, if the Native Americans stated their displeasure for that mascot and that name, then it should be changed because somebody was being hurt." This other person comes back to her and says, "Do you know a Native American personally to say how they feel?" Instead of just having empathy for the fact that that was a good statement.
It's a great statement. That was
So here's the trivia question. What year did Gina and I officially meet? We said this earlier in the program. What year did Gina and I officially meet? And there's a hint. It was for my quality comedy series show. So the first one to put the exact year, you don't have to put the month, but what year did we meet? Then I will make sure I send you the money after this live officially ends. And while people are looking to answer that, like I said, just put it in the comments. Just guess. You may be right. Okay. So just keep guessing and keep putting it in the comments, and we'll see what the answer is. Now, let me see. Okay. So I always like to do this for all the comments as well, just to ask a question.
okay.
And just get your thoughts before you wrap up. Now, in this comedy business, it's always about competition, because unfortunately, the way the comedy world has it, there can only be one person on top, right? Here's the thing. As a comic that's been doing it for, almost a decade consistently, right? Do you get to the point where you're frustrated that you aren't working with certain comics, or that a comic who you felt is doing less than you has surpassed you? Like, does that frustrate you mentally?
You know what? No, I don't think that I have. I don't think I've thought about someone surpassing me. I feel like there's levels, and I feel like the comedians that are at a point now that I feel like, well, dang, how come I ain't at that certain point? My walk is not there. You know what I mean? They may be putting in more and harder than me. I don't know what's happening with, but I've been like, oh my God, they're surpassing me, like, at the same time. And then, you know what I mean? Because like Tyre Moore, Tony Baker, DC, like, people come up. So they're just now getting the recognition that they deserve before I started. So I kind of feel like I'm coming up. My turn to bat is coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on the right route. It just may take me a little bit longer. You know what I mean? Or it may take me a different way. Because there's some things that I won't do. I'm not compromising myself for anything, because my husband and my son already think I'm famous. So I'm not about to compromise myself for nothing. No.
Okay. Got you. Well, my final question before we get a chance to plug how people can follow you. My final question is, and this is actually a new question on the show, but what comic, dead or alive, would you love to have opened for or shared the stage with during your career? What comic, dead or alive?
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence is my favorite, hands down. Martin is my favorite, a fool. And I believe that I have some similar characteristics about him. But Martin Lawrence is who I would love to meet, open for, take a picture. I don't care what he do. Picture with the man. Just something, So Martin Lawrence, man. Martin, hands down. Hands down.
Nice. All right. Well, definitely let the people know. I know that you've got like a live show that you do on your Facebook page where you bring in, like fellow friends and industry folks. So definitely plug plug how people can follow you and plug how people can find you, and we'll put your stuff, your information up here too. Okay. And hopefully you don't cut out that much.
Okay. Hopefully I'm not cutting out, because I'm gonna hurt somebody in this house if they don't get up off the Wi-Fi. Okay, they hating on me right now because they already know I'm in the closet doing my thing. Okay, so Thursday you guys can catch me on Instagram at 9 p.m. I do chit chat in the closet, because as you can see, this is where I hold it down. So chit chat in the closet on Thursdays at 9 p.m. You guys on my Instagram at Gina G Too Funny. That's Gina G the number 2. Trying to figure out how to get it onto Facebook, and I'm learning, man, because I'm doing everything on my own, and I've never been that person. You know what I mean? I've always been like, hop in. So I've never had to really take the wheel. And now I got to take the wheel. So I'm learning, and I'm excited about it, though. I'm excited. But this show, y'all, this quality, I mean, Quincy is going to bring you quality. I don't care. We went to Denny's. Do you guys hear me? We went to Denny's when I came here to do my show. And when I tell you that Quincy wants quality, I mean, your waitress has to have all their teeth. The waitress has to have outfit cannot be, their uniform has to be on point. They cannot have no Quincy is quality. Okay, that's why his name is with a Q, and it's everything is together. So everybody's not as fortunate, but I'm on my way. But Quincy is a real inspiration, though. Honestly, I really want to give people their flowers while they're here. And you are so inspiring, bruh, because you are a husband, you are a father. You know, you're a barber, you're a comedian, you have your own daytime show, you got this, like, you're everywhere, but yet you find quality stuff. And it's very appreciated. Believe me, people know, comedians see it, whether they say it or not. Yeah. They watch it. Believe me. Okay, they watch it. So just keep doing your thing, man. And I appreciate, Quincy will call me for anything. Like, if he can do something to help somebody, oh, he's gonna call you and help you. And if he ain't called you, I said he like quality. I said quality in the beginning. That's all I'm gonna say. I said quality in the beginning.
And look now, I'm about to get all the hatred-tastic responses. Oh, so that's why you ain't put me on this show. No, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with any of that. But I do appreciate. I appreciate what you bring. In addition to what the game already has, as not just a female comedian, but just a comedian, period. Wow. And it's something that I think like other people, other guys, girls, like folks are looking up to you as well. So, you know, you're a mother, you're a wife, and you're handling a lot of things yourself. So my advice is really not really much I can give you, because I think that you're already making moves when you need to make moves. Like you're doing cruise ships and you're doing, you know, your comedy tours, or, you know, or you're doing a radio show, and, you know, so and even through this virtual thing, all of us are trying our hand at, you know, let me just try to have something to keep my mind going.
Right.
So,
that's right.
So, so I definitely applaud you for what you do. I'm proud of you, sister. I'm proud of you as a Black woman. I'm proud of you as a person that just has a genuine good heart. So thank you for rocking out.
Thank you.
And real quick before you go, we got a couple of answers that were sent up here. So what was the answer? What year did me and you meet? If you don't know it, I know it.
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Like, so it can come from you.
Oh, 2017.
2017. All right. Who got it first? Yeah. Morris Smith is the one that got it first. So shouts to Morris. Morris was the one, he and his wife, they went down into Orlando and they caught you at the show down there. So Morris Smith, but thank you. To Tiana, thank you to Travis, thank you to Letitia. I saw you tried again, Letitia, to get that money again, but thank you.
Letitia, like, look, I can do this every week. I can do this every week and get this money.
And now, look, your signal is clear as a bell. It looked like they just got frustrated and said, you know what? I'm gonna get off now.
That's that text. That's that text. I text like, if you don't get your butt off of this.
No, you are just as clear as everything. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping by. And it's like I said, just continue to keep doing the things and keep elevating, because you got more days ahead of you than I feel like you have behind you in this industry. So just continue to go. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, guys. You guys have a good night. Let me hold some of that money, Mark.
All right. All right, deuces.
Deuce.
Yeah. All right, so folks, thank y'all again for chiming in and for sticking around. We certainly do appreciate that every single week when we do this. Thank y'all for tuning in and for sharing and for getting people to check it out. I can't remember who my next week's guest is, but I'm sure it's going to be another good one. Definitely keeping it from like all the connecting areas, like the North Carolina, the DC, the Maryland, the Virginia, just to bring what's happening right around us to a lot of you folks out there. So certainly do appreciate y'all, excuse me, for tuning in and everything. My wife made some tacos for Taco Tuesday, so I'm going to go get some of my tacos. Oh, yeah. And again, my comedy special is going to be Friday, July the 24th on TGX Live. You can go to tgxlive.com/Quincy Carr right there and click the pre-order. Okay. I need your support. Family, friends, associates, people that said that, the next time you do something, I'm going to do it. Well, you ain't going to be able to see me live because quarantine. So this is my opportunity to bring some performance and bring my live performance. Too Young for 40 was my very first comedy special, and it is hilarious. So I have an organization, a company that's taking a risk on me by putting some money into putting me out on their platform to be exposed globally, and I would appreciate it. However many people, it's only $4.99. And you'll have the stream available to you for 48 hours. So it's a good 48-hour rental, essentially, but it's pay-per-view. So it's going to launch on the 24th of July, and hopefully it'll stay on as more people continue to want to watch it after they keep hearing about it from other people. Well, you got to check out this comedy special. So I appreciate everybody. Thanks in advance for continuing to support. And remember, whether we have to go back to phase one or not, people stay inside, stay safe so we can continue to stay together. Okay. That's really what all this thing is. So get a chance to enjoy your family and the people who are close to you, but don't be in such a rush to get back out there, because just as fast as you get out there, they're going to send your butt right back on the inside. All right. So y'all just remember that and keep loving each other and keep being cool to each other. And I will see you all next week. I'm out.
Daddy Chuck jokes.